Finally. I missed this. Bit of Pandora's box score. Now, Pandora's box score. This is the segment where we look into stats and box scores and basically use it as a tool to overreact and to discuss different things, basically. Now, there's something I wanted to bring to you gentlemen's attention. The Athletic recently released an article where they polled all the GMs in the league or chief executives within the league and asked them who the best pure scorers are in the NBA. Now, I want to give you this list, okay? And I want you to then tell me what you think. Okay, so in number 1, they had Kevin Durant. Number 2, James Harden. Number 3, Steph Curry. Number 4, Bradley Beal. Number 5, Dame Lillard. Number 6, Kyrie Irving. Number 7, Joel Embiid. Number 8, Luka Doncic. Number 9, Devin Booker. Has anyone got any thoughts or reactions to that list?
Yes, there's one man that will keep forgetting how good he is at scoring when he actually decides to turn it on, and that's LeBron James. If he wanted to be a scorer, he would be the greatest scorer of all time.
Thank you very much. I'm glad someone else said that. K-Dot.
The top two, I think the top two, I think the top two is right. Me personally, I have Harden at 1 and KD at 2.
Agreed. K-Dot, thoughts on this list?
Yeah, I agree with Ollie. However, we don't live in the world of ifs and buts. That's the only thing. I think actually people do fall on what they've actually seen. And KD's done it year in, year out, so I don't disagree with that. I do think Kevin Durant is the most lethal scorer this game has ever seen.
Okay, fine. You can start us off then. Because my question to you before I bring you some stats is what are people basing this on? What makes someone a great pure scorer?
Is this my opinion or what they think?
Your opinion.
Is? I think a great scorer is the sort of myriad of ways you're able to put the ball in the hole. So whether that be you rely on you've got like a 3-point spot. If you're able to do off the dribble, if you're able to do catch and shoot, if you're able to go to the post, if you've got a mid range, and I think KD's got all of those things. I think that he's just able to just get to his spot with ease, and he's able to execute at a high clip. I think that to me that is the fundamentals of being a great scorer, in my opinion.
Okay, Tobes. Okay, I'm going to ask you first before I give my opinion, because I don't want to get emotional about this. That's the thing. So, Tobes, you tell me what does a pure scorer mean?
So first off, I agree with the Athletic for all the names they mentioned. Don't worry too much about ranking because I had those names down literally as you were naming them. I was like, yeah, tick, tick, tick. One person they did leave off though, and this is why I didn't know if they're looking at it in total or just this season. But one person they're missing this season is Zach LaVine, and he fits perfectly into my model of what a good scorer is. If we're just looking, don't worry, everyone knows about
Zach
KD,
LaVine is down in 12. Zach LaVine is down in 12 for your interest.
12. I mean, he should be higher based on this season, right? So I agree with K-Dot on variety. So inside, outside game, reliable from free throw, and you can hit from deep. You just got a multitude of ways of scoring. I also thought about pressure, right? So it's not that you're not just you have the mechanics and skills to score, but can you do it consistently and also in big moments, right? So, and lastly is about your situation. So, I said, firstly, there's a difference between how Zach LaVine and Bradley Beal get their buckets compared to how KD, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden get theirs. That's because they've got options, right? It's way different trying to score 30 points a night when it's just you being triple, double teamed, which has happened on their cases when they had no help, versus the pressures of a 3-man offensive dragon like the Nets. Not taking anything away because they've got credit in the bank, but just to play that factor too. So these are elements that I had. So variety, your consistency, and the pressure on you as well.
Okay, so you've got all that, but you don't think LeBron James is in there, and you don't think Kawhi Leonard's in there.
Kawhi Leonard, no. Kawhi Leonard is cerebral. So like he's not like an emphatic scorer. He's not like someone who screams in your head to score. What's the first thing you think of Kawhi? You think defender. That's what I do anyway. Even to today, he's still a good ultimate defender, and then the scoring is his like little side dish. With LeBron, people will already say, Ollie's first reaction is when he wants to switch it on, but he doesn't. His game is assisting, running the offense. That's his bread and butter.
Okay.
Then he just happens to be an amazing scorer on the side.
I've heard enough. Okay, guys, as always, I always appreciate you guys' comments, your takes. You always come with the heat. I'm going to preface my comments by saying I respect all that. I respect you guys as friends and colleagues. With all that having been said, I cannot abide this. I cannot abide this. This guy is the blooming. He's been a scoring champ before, for one. He is the record in playoff scoring. He isn't he the fourth all time or third all time leading scorer? And you're saying that he's not one of the best pure scorers in the league, not being in the top 9. He's 10th in this. That is absolutely criminal beyond criminal. And you guys have fluffed it up. Oh, it's this and it's that. It's about putting the ball in the hole. Simple. Now, okay. So let's think about that. If we think, okay, forget about the glitz and glamour, this, that, and the other. End of the day, Kate, and I'm a bit surprised at you, K-Dot, because you're very sort of outcome oriented in who you are, right? So I thought you would just be like, listen, if you can get the ball in the hole, you're a great scorer. No one's shown respect to Kawhi. No one's shown respect to Giannis. No one showed respect to LeBron James. It's not all about can I shoot the free? Can I do this? Right, okay, so this is Pandora's box score. Ollie, I know you're a statistician, okay? So what I've done, I've got a few people. I've looked at the primes of their career. So I've scratched off some of their worst seasons, their rookie year or, years they were injured. And I've just like sort of averaged kind of their best years when they were like truly them. Okay. And I've looked at their points per game, their field goal percentage, and their true shooting percentage. Now that obviously incorporates all the stuff you're saying. Their 3 points, their 2 points, their free throws, right? Does no one think that's a fair and rational way to go about it? Is there anyone that disagrees with me at this point? No. I'm going to take that silence as no. Okay, so let's bring it in. Let's see if these people really are as hyped as you think they are, or if there's anything that surprises you in this, okay? So KD, he was a number 1 guy, right? So KD, yeah? So we've said 27.8 points per game, career, prime. About 19 attempts, field goal percentage 50, and true shooting percentage 55.2. Right, okay. Everyone's saying he's the ultimate scorer, Kareem, this, that, and the other, gushing over him. Now, a couple other people I'm going to give numbers to, and Ollie, you tell me who you think's a better scorer, okay? So, you have to listen carefully, okay? Blind reveals. You like blind reveals. This player, his prime him, has averaged 26.8 points per game, shooting 54.6% from the field, a true shooting percentage of 57%, and that's off 18 attempts per game. You guys all got that, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Then we have another player, prime career, 29.4 points per game. Field goal percentage, 44.5. True shooting percentage, 52.9. Right? And then finally we have this gentleman. True shooting percentage, 54.8. Attempts per game, 19. Field goal percentage, 50.9. Prime career, 27.5. So you got all 4 of them there. Do you see a significant difference between KD and those players? What's the significance?
There wasn't a great deal of difference.
Exactly. This is the exact point I'm trying to make. Yeah, you look at the advanced statistics and you look at the simple statistics and you realize, listen, end of the day, if you can get the ball in the hole, you're a great scorer. The people I was referring to was Giannis first. You can see he's averaging slightly less points per game, but less attempts, but at a higher clip. And that's his true shooting percentage. So that takes into account he's got a janky free throw and a janky 3-point, as you said. We got James Harden, who's averaging more points in his own way. He's got more attempts, but he's finding his way there. And we got LeBron James, which was after that, who's basically neck and neck with KD. Now, I'm going to bring back to Tobes and K-Dot. Does anyone dispute these numbers? Does anyone think these numbers, I'm manipulating them or I'm not representing the situation properly? What are the numbers missing? Or are we all going to agree that LeBron should have been in the top 3?
Look, I think no one's disputing he's not an amazing scorer. He will probably he's after Mr. Abdul-Jabbar, man. Like, he wants to claim the crown, but I think what that is he's a great scorer with times multiplied by longevity, right? That's been like the magic recipe for this guy.
But those numbers
amazing
are averages,
scoring.
though. They're not cumulative.
Yeah,
those
yeah,
are
amazing
averages.
scoring. No, I know. But the original argument is about how lofty he is as well in the rankings, right? Whereas it depends what you can be a great scorer over a long time, and you can be a great scorer just in terms of your game. So that's of course he belongs there. But again, this season though, it depends what you're looking at, right? Body of work or this season. This season he's top 10, just outside top 10. That's fine because there are a lot of ballers in this league. Like, you can put the hole in there. Giannis is a good one. Giannis is a good one that you bring up because I think people do forget that on a consistent night he is dropping 30 points and
efficiently,
easy, like efficient and easy. So like, yeah, if everyone talking about dropping crazy shots and putting the ball in the hole in that sense with mad attempts, he's doing it at the rim. And we talked about earlier, as the game changes and it goes more outside in, every freak that comes along every couple of years like Giannis is going to have a field day getting their points that way because you can stop him.
Exactly. Like, there's no Patrick Ewing there no more. I'm going to give you my list, and I'm going to tell you right now that Devin Booker's not going to be on it. Right, okay. Best scorers in the league. Okay, this pure scorer and all that. The best scorers in the league. I'm going to say James Harden, so I'm going to agree with Ollie. And that is obviously ironically against what I've said in terms of just pure numbers. So I look at the games as well. I see the eye test version. I'm going to go for him purely because he's, most recently been winning all the scoring titles, hasn't he? And he's averaged 30 points a game. He can get himself into scoring situations better than anyone, simply with his step back and getting to the free throw line. Simple as that. I'm not saying he's necessarily more skilled than anyone, but he knows how to do it. Then KD. Then I personally would say Giannis or LeBron. Then I'd start bringing some guards into there. Kyrie, Steph, Dame, Kawhi in that conversation. And Luka. Joel Embiid is an interesting one because I'm probably sleeping on him. And, he's average. How much he's averaging this season? 30 something. I think the big men in general are a little bit slept on, as Tobes has said. The fact that you dunk it doesn't mean you're a lesser player. The numbers are interesting because if you really, really look at the stats, don't get blown away with the fact that, this person can shoot the free versus this person can't shoot the free that well. If you can get the ball into the hole, you're a decent scorer. If you can do it, as Tobes said, consistently over a long period of time, when it matters, you're a good scorer, okay? You're a great scorer. So salute LeBron, salute Kawhi, salute Giannis, salute Embiid. People being slept on. And that is Pandora's Box Score.